I think it's going to be the biggest product of all time by far.
When people talk about humanoid robots today, one name that almost always comes up is Tesla, especially because of its robot Optimus. For years, Elon Musk has been presenting a vision where robots become a normal part of our daily lives, working in factories, helping with repetitive tasks, and eventually becoming affordable enough for widespread use. This idea has attracted a lot of attention, and many people believe Tesla might lead this future. However, while all this attention has been focused on Tesla, something much more serious and much more practical has been developing quietly in the background. A company called Boston Dynamics has been working on humanoid robots for more than 30 years, and their latest version of Atlas is not just another experimental machine. It is not designed only for demonstrations or viral videos. It is a real product that companies are already preparing to use. And what makes it even more interesting is that its early production has already been completely sold out. This creates an important question. Why are companies choosing a robot that is significantly more expensive than Tesla's Optimus? And what makes Atlas so far ahead in practical terms? To understand this properly, it is necessary to go back and look at where most robots have failed in the past. A key moment that changed the direction of robotics happened in 2011 during the Fukushima nuclear disaster. After a massive earthquake and tsunami, nuclear reactors were severely damaged, and radiation levels became so dangerous that humans could not safely enter certain areas. Engineers naturally turned to robots, expecting them to handle the situation. However, what happened next was surprising and somewhat uncomfortable to accept. The robots failed, not because they lacked advanced technology, but because they could not perform basic human actions. Some robots were unable to climb stairs, others struggled to open simple doors, and a few lost communication after only a short time due to interference. It became clear that even the most advanced machines of that time were not prepared for real-world environments that are designed around human movement and behavior. This situation revealed a very simple but powerful truth. Our world is built for humans, not for machines. Everything from door handles to staircases assumes a certain body structure and way of moving. Because of this, a robot that does not resemble human movement will always struggle in human environments. This is where Boston Dynamics began to stand out in a meaningful way. The company was founded in 1992 by Mark Reiber, who focused on a problem that sounds simple but is actually very complex, which is making machines walk like humans. Walking is not just about moving legs forward. It involves constant balance adjustments, coordination between multiple joints, and real-time reactions to changes in the environment. Instead of trying to control every movement in a rigid and programmed way, Boston Dynamics developed an approach that uses physics itself. Their robots rely on balance, gravity, and momentum, while the control system makes small corrections rather than dictating every action. This approach allows the movement to look natural and adaptive, which is one of the main reasons their robots appear so advanced compared to others. Over the years, the company built several impressive machines, including a four-legged robot called Big Dog, which was designed to carry heavy loads across difficult terrain. It demonstrated excellent balance and strength, and many people were impressed by how it could recover from being pushed or disturbed. The project gained significant attention, and even the military showed interest in its potential use. However, despite all its strengths, Big Dog ultimately failed in practical terms. The main reason was surprisingly simple. It was too loud. The robot used a gas-powered engine, which made a significant amount of noise, making it unsuitable for situations where quiet movement is essential. This highlighted an important lesson in robotics, which is that being technically impressive is not enough. a machine must also fit the practical requirements of real-world use. In 2013, Google acquired Boston Dynamics as part of a broader effort to enter the robotics industry. The company aimed to build a large-scale robotics ecosystem and potentially create a new platform similar to what Android did for smartphones. Under the leadership of Andy Rubin, Google acquired multiple robotics companies in a short period, showing serious intent. Despite this strong start, the effort did not succeed. One of the main reasons was a mismatch in priorities. Boston Dynamics focused on engineering excellence and long-term development, while Google wanted scalable products and faster commercialization. These two approaches did not align well, creating internal challenges. Another issue was public perception. The robots developed by Boston Dynamics were impressive, but they also made some people uncomfortable, especially when videos showed them being pushed or tested aggressively. For a company like Google, which already faced regulatory scrutiny, this added an extra layer of concern. The most important problem, however, was much more practical. Google did not have experience in manufacturing physical products at scale. While it excelled in software, data, and digital platforms, robotics requires supply chains, factories, and hardware production capabilities. Without this foundation, it became difficult to turn advanced prototypes into real products. Eventually, Google decided to sell Boston Dynamics. In 2017, the company was acquired by SoftBank, which had a very different approach. SoftBank had significant financial resources and a strategy focused on investing in future technologies. Through its Vision Fund, it invested in many companies with the expectation of long-term growth. With Boston Dynamics, SoftBank attempted to push the company toward commercialization. This led to the release of Spot, a smaller robot that could actually be sold to businesses. While this was a step forward, it did not solve the main challenge with Atlas. Atlas remained too expensive and too complex to operate. Each unit could cost between $1 and $2 million, and it required continuous support from engineers. This made it impractical for widespread use and limited it to research environments rather than real industrial applications. After several years, SoftBank also decided to move on, and in 2021, Boston Dynamics was acquired by Hyundai Motor Group. At first glance, this decision seemed unusual. A car manufacturer buying a robotics company that even major tech and investment firms could not fully utilize raised questions. However, this is where the story takes an important turn. Unlike previous owners, Hyundai was not looking for a quick commercial success or a new tech platform. The company had a clear and practical goal, which was improving automation in its own factories. More importantly, it already had something that the others did not, which was large-scale manufacturing capability. This difference turned out to be critical. While others saw Atlas as an impressive but impractical machine, Hyundai saw it as a problem that could be solved using existing industrial knowledge and infrastructure. This shift in perspective is what ultimately allowed Atlas to move from being a research project to becoming a real product. Now that we understand how Atlas reached this point, the next step is to clearly see why it is considered ahead of Tesla and its robot Optimus. The difference is not just about design or appearance. It comes down to how these machines are built, how they move, and how they perform in real working environments. One of the biggest reasons behind Atlas's advantage is something most people do not usually think about, which is actuators. Actuators are the components that allow a robot to move its joints, similar to how muscles work in the human body. These parts control how a robot lifts objects, maintains balance, and reacts to physical contact. In humanoid robots, actuators are not just important, they are one of the most expensive and technically challenging components to build. This is where Hyundai Motor Group changed the entire equation. Instead of designing everything from scratch, Hyundai used its existing experience in manufacturing electric components for cars, especially systems similar to power steering. These systems already include motors, sensors, controllers, and gear mechanisms, which are very close to what a robot joint requires. By adapting these existing technologies, Hyundai was able to create reliable actuators at scale, something that many robotic startups are still struggling to achieve. Because of this, Atlas is not just advanced in theory, it is built using components that are already proven in real-world conditions. This gives it a level of durability and consistency that most competitors, including Tesla, have not yet demonstrated at scale. Another important difference is how Atlas is designed. Many people assume that humanoid robots must look exactly like humans, but Boston Dynamics took a slightly different approach. Instead of copying the human body perfectly, they focused on building a machine that works well in human environments while improving on human limitations. For example, Atlas has joints that can rotate much more freely than a human body. Some of its movements allow full rotation, which means it does not always need to turn its entire body to perform a task. This might sound like a small detail, but in a factory setting, it can save time and improve efficiency. The robot can reach objects from angles that would be difficult or impossible for a human worker. In terms of physical capability, Atlas is also designed for consistent performance rather than short demonstrations. It can handle repetitive tasks, lift moderate weights, and operate for long hours. One of the most practical features is its ability to manage its own power cycle. The robot can swap its battery and return to work without human assistance, which allows it to operate almost continuously. This is a major difference when compared to many prototype robots, which often require supervision or downtime. In real industries, consistency matters more than occasional impressive performance. A robot that works steadily for many hours is far more valuable than one that performs a few advanced actions but cannot sustain them. Another area where Atlas stands out is perception and awareness. The robot is equipped with sensors and cameras that allow it to understand its surroundings in 3 dimensions. It does not simply recognize objects, it builds a model of them, including their shape and position. This allows it to interact with objects more carefully and accurately. For example, if something changes in its environment, such as an obstacle appearing in its path, the robot can adjust its movement without needing detailed instructions. This level of adaptability is critical for real-world use, where conditions are not always perfectly controlled. On the software side, Boston Dynamics has taken a different approach compared to companies that try to build everything internally. Instead of doing all the artificial intelligence work alone, they have partnered with advanced research teams like Google DeepMind. This collaboration allows Atlas to interpret natural language instructions and convert them into physical actions. In simple terms, this means a human operator can give a general command, and the robot can figure out how to execute it. Instead of programming every step, the robot understands the goal and works toward it. This reduces the need for constant supervision and makes the system more flexible. There is also another layer of improvement when it comes to training. Through collaboration with research groups like Toyota Research Institute, Atlas can learn tasks in a more efficient way. Instead of being programmed repeatedly, the robot can observe or be shown a task and then apply that understanding to similar situations. Once one robot learns something, that knowledge can be shared across other units, which increases overall efficiency. This creates a network effect where the entire system improves over time. It is not just a single robot becoming smarter, but an entire fleet learning together.